So let's take a few minutes to go over what you need to do to improve your empathy skills and increase your effectiveness as a leader. First, practice active listening. To understand others and what they're feeling, managers must be skilled in active listening techniques. You want to be a person who lets others know they are being heard, that they can, without hesitation, express their concerns and problems. When a leader is a good listener, people feel respected and trust can grow. Leaders need to focus on listening in order to hear the meaning behind what others are saying. So pay attention to the message your people are trying to convey and not just the words they are using. Try to distinguish the feelings and values they demonstrate through their nonverbal cues, such as the tone that they use, their pace of speech, facial expressions, and their gestures. Empathetic leaders listen attentively to what someone is saying and put their complete focus on that person. Ensure that you can stay engaged and not get distracted by what's going on around you, including your phone or your computer. Empathetic leaders spend more time listening than talking because they want to understand the difficulties their people face, all of which help them to give those around them the feeling of being heard and recognized. When leaders constantly talk and bulldoze others, they broadcast callousness. When leaders talk less and listen more, their message is that the opinions of others matter. These leaders are then known to be relatable, approachable, and inspirational. So to practice active listening, let individuals vent, talk, and express themselves before you jump in with your responses. Don't be chomping at the bit waiting for your turn to speak and formulating your reply. Pay attention to the information they are giving. Doing so will provide you with access to a wealth of insight that your colleagues and direct reports are eager to share. Next, learn to be curious. One of the critical traits of a highly empathetic leader is that they have an insatiable curiosity about the people who work with them. They find other people more interesting than themselves, and they enjoy learning about the different lives and worldviews of others. Their openness helps them understand the people and situations around them from multiple perspectives. So go beyond idle chit-chat. Ask your team about their personal lives. This can give you invaluable insight into what drives them or what might be informing their state of mind on any given day. Now, when someone offers a solution in which you may disagree, instead of immediately shooting it down, get curious. Ask them why they feel this will work. What challenges can they envision? Have others tried it? Why couldn't this work? But be especially careful about the tone you are using when you're asking these questions. You want to ensure your tone is one of curiosity and not one that seems as if you're challenging them and their ideas. Also, are there times you need to make quick decisions? Absolutely. Few things drive a team crazier than an indecisive leader who constantly requires consensus before taking action. But if you thoughtfully choose empathy as your way of gathering information before making your final decision, your team will notice. Even if the decision is not the one some may have wanted you to make, listening will pay off because you'll better understand how to communicate for the best team resolve. Empathetic leaders also show humility and self-awareness, especially in challenging times. Your team is looking to you for clarity and direction. They also want to know that you're human. So don't hesitate to admit when you don't have the answers. Be transparent about the challenges you face. And stay optimistic about where your team is going. Your team will learn to trust you, and you'll be able to band together and solve the challenging issues. You also want to invest in building relationships with your team members. You must know what's important to the members of your team. Do you know what sets them up for success and how you can support them when they are experiencing stress or needing to learn a new skill? Also, you want to encourage your team to get to know each other. There are so many ways to accomplish this, from spending a few minutes at the beginning of a meeting doing a check-in or providing a quick icebreaker before you go into the day's activities. Try spending some concentrated time together in an off-site activity. And make sure that you set expectations for your team and give them frequent feedback. Leading with empathy does not mean you are soft on results. It's quite the opposite. Because empathetic leaders know the strengths and limitations of their team members, they know just how to coach and give the feedback that's essential to success. So start by asking your team members, what keeps them up at night? When leaders pay attention to the needs of their employees, they are far more apt to produce exceptional work. You will soon discover that getting to know your team members on a more personal level will help you see when they are not on their game. When you see someone struggling, intervene before their work ultimately falls apart. Part of the importance of empathy and leadership is providing emotional guidance and encouragement that will help everyone develop personally and professionally. Now, you want to make sure you tune into nonverbal communications. A study on communications revealed that 55% of communication is actually nonverbal. Your team is giving you important information through their body and facial expressions. So when you pay attention to these nonverbal cues, you will often find that what someone tells you with their words is quite different from what their body is communicating. Now, as you work on these, please make sure you are fully present when you are with people. Don't check your email, look at your phone, or take phone calls. Now let's get started on practicing our empathy skills.